Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to the latest entry in this Elvira's Movie Macabre Coffin Collection boxed set, which was based around when she was bringing her show back in the 2010-2011 time frame. The reason why I'm reintroducing this is that I think I have to throw in a towel on this one. So first off, I've really been enjoying this set. You know, there is some really cool stuff seeing her hosting these movies and stuff. But the movies, of course, are ones that aren't very highly rated for the most part. You know, we have some on there that, such as Night of the Living Dead, which is definitely worth checking out. The Satanic Rites of Dracula is not a highly rated one of those Hammer films, but is still worth checking out as well. And some of them are still, kind of fun, such as Werewolf of Washington. But looking at the further titles in this, as I just watched Scared to Death from 1946, I believe it was. They're very low rated because these are the ones that are usually either really cheap to get the rights for or are public domain and were really easy for her to acquire the rights to be able to host and kind of make fun of. And for the most part, it's been great, especially the content that she brings to it. But unlike a show like Mystery Science Theater 3000 or Riff Tracks, the later incarnation of that, where they are speaking the entire time, making fun of the movie the entire time, they kind of keep you interested. There's always a joke to be played. With these, there's a bit less of that, so the movie needs to be a little bit more entertaining. So out of the 9 that I've watched so far, there's at least 4 that I'd probably rewatch again, and there are 17 more in this, so there's a lot to eventually get around to watching. But it's definitely been tough kind of making the videos because I run out of things to say. The movies usually aren't really that great, and her content is usually good. There's not much else to say about that. These are definitely worth putting on to, maybe have on during a Halloween party or if you're doing something else around the house, while there are a few titles that are worth sitting down and watching. So it's definitely one that's worth checking out. But when it comes to making these videos, I think maybe doing a video for all 26 of these movies was a bit ambitious. I think what happened was I went into it the same mindset as when I picked up this Hammer set about 2 years ago and I did a video for each one of these films. The big difference in this Hammer set, though, is that these were 20 films curated from Hammer's collection that the company felt best represented some of their work or were the easiest to produce on disc. So out of this set, there were a lot of them that I really enjoyed. And same thing with this Universal Classic Monsters set. These were some of the best Universal properties that were out there. And we have a lot of great classics on here, and those are worth checking out. I think there's only one on here that I've seen it, but I haven't revisited yet, and that's The Wolfman, so I definitely want to get around to that one soon. But trying to go through all these Elvira ones, I'm just simply running out of time on the schedule, and I haven't been enjoying the movie part of it too much. Which reminds me of about 15 to 17 years ago, I bought a couple of the DVDs for the old Movie Macabre from the 1980s, and had a similar kind of effect where I enjoyed her content more than the film itself, and then I eventually kind of lost interest in it. But I would like to focus on some other videos. Just recently this week I put up one for Cemetery Man. It's a very obscure Italian horror film starring Rupert Everett, which I really love, and there's a great version of it now on Shudder that's really good quality. And I really had a lot more fun making that video. And I have another one planned for next week that I want to do as well for a vampire movie that's, kind of got like a little bit of a different take on the genre. Plus there are other franchises that I want to visit. So, for instance, I have this giant Puppet Master 12-disc set. Now, I've heard that after part 4, these get pretty rough, and so results may vary. But years ago, I watched the first 3 of these, I believe, and I never got around to watching the rest, because there just hadn't been time because of other videos that I was making. That's been about 3 years, maybe 3.5 years. I got that as part of a sign up for Full Moon features. I'd also picked up used the 4-disc set of the Purge movies, and I believe I've seen all of these, but I wanted to revisit these, kind of watch maybe one a week, see how I take them in, similar to what I did with the Omen films. And I got this set of 8 of the Saw films, and I went through the first 3, started losing interest, but I do want to try to check out the rest and then catch up on ones like Spiral and X, so I do need some bandwidth for that as well. And of course, I want to do that remake of The Omen, and then we got the Omen prequel coming up. There's just a lot more content that I kind of want to put out there. I've had a lot of fun with this set. It's just by the time I got to Scared to Death, I was finding it to feel more like a chore to get through that film and put together a worthy video to present to everybody. and I don't want to kind of sacrifice the quality of the videos for the sake of just covering every single one in this set. So I may end up revisiting some of this and occasionally putting up a video if I want to just queue one of these up and see how Santa Claus Conquers the Martians is, or Beast from Haunted Cave, or Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter. See, that's the kind of stuff we got coming forward. So rather than do a video for each, I think I'm going to go ahead and throw in the towel for now and say that this set is definitely worth checking out. Of course, her feature films are as well, as is her book, which I will link at the end to a book review that I did, which is rare because I'm such a slow reader, where I do cover her book, Yours Cruelly, Elvira. So be sure to check that out. And I'll also link to my most recent video for Cemetery Man. So go ahead and get that on your radar to check that out. So be sure to, like and subscribe and stay tuned to what I got coming forward. Like I said, I want to visit some other franchises, some other classic horror that's actually good, that aren't just ones to kind of make fun of. I want to do some more 80s throwbacks or films that I just don't really hear much about anymore to see if they actually held up, see if they were forgotten for a reason. Because I really had a good time checking out that Last American Virgin recently, and the video did really well. So I want to be able to mix things up a bit more. And unfortunately, the Elvira stuff's just taking up a bit too much bandwidth and is really starting to drive me a bit insane. Anyways, that's all I got for this very unusual kind of wrap-up video for this Elvira set for this Friday for you. Like I said, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I will have some other videos coming up next week, and I will see you in the next one.